Hi, welcome back to another Terranscapes rapid fire critique. Today we're going to be taking a look at a industrial terrain piece sent to us by Thomas. All right, so just before I start the clock, just to give you a little bit of the background that Thomas gave me. First of all, he's from Poland and was making, hoping his English was good. Your English is fantastic because my Polish is 0. So people are, international people. That's you guys, internationals, are often saying, oh, please excuse my English, whatever. Your English is great. No excuse needed. You are clearly conveying what you want to. So quick couple other things. He said that the base is square because it fits onto a gaming mat, and the mat has square, format for the receiving of this piece. He said that he's working on adding some plant material to his ruins or industrial pieces to give it a sort of something like an I Am Legend kind of feel. So I guess apocalyptic, but getting back to nature kind of a look. And I think that's enough of a background. So let's start and let's take a look. Oh, he also said that he wanted to apologize for the dark color of the photos. I would say, yes, it would be nice. Whatever camera, he said, I had to use my phone to take the photos because his camera was broken. But you can still get a brightly lit photo using your phone. So don't be afraid. Throw lights on it. More lights are better. With that being said, now let's begin. Okay. Boy, I wish these were a little bit brighter. Maybe I'll throw a filter over it in post and see if I can just give them a little boost. Although aesthetically, I kind of like the way this is, the directional lighting kind of works for this piece from this position, actually. So, things that I like. First of all, I love that you have this many barrels. This is great. So often barrels are used in terrain, and it's like, here's one barrel, here's 3 barrels. I've done that myself, and seeing a huge stack like this really gives the sense that this is a repository of whatever is in here: fuel, nuclear waste, dead bodies gelled into goo. I don't know. Whatever's in here, there's a lot of it, and that works really well. I like how it's complemented by the stonework, and in that I like how the stones are. Well, first of all, it helps to frame the barrel pile, which is nice. And you can see how that framing is working from behind here, right? And that gives the barrels I like that. See, it is nuclear waste, or nuclear zombies that have been liquefied and are coming out. Anyway, I was just moving on. And so here again, we see how it visually frames the barrels. And one of the things that's nice about it is that you've really got very cool colors in the background, and the overall palette is very cool, and the barrels are, warm, and it really makes them stand forward, which, are the focal points for the piece. And even with that, they're not brightly warm, if you get what I'm saying. Reds are a warm color, but it's a very muted red. And I think that really works well because you have these muted, this is a kind of a bright, cool color, but still, you don't want to overpower it with a very bright red. So that works really well. He's hand carved the stone foundation here for the tiles, and I like that. And let me just take a look and make sure I'm not missing anything. I like the hole. I like the dents. I don't know what you've done here. It looks like maybe you've been casting these and you had some casting issues. I'm going to go with that, maybe in plaster. But it's okay, because in this setting you can have corrosion and problems. I might take it even one step further and take a barrel or two and corrode it down into the base And then because you're going to be seeing into a solid, that isn't going to work too well. But if you paint it black, dig it in just a little bit, paint it black, and then fill the the level like it's filled with the goo that's pouring out. That might be kind of nice. I like this. I like this rusting. It's interesting that you have all these different colors, and that works well. They had different paint jobs, maybe, different colors on the barrels. I like that. It's different. I like that. That's something I might not do myself, and I think I would want to do it in the future. Because he's got these blues and these greens and the yellows, and they don't look out of place. They work together. What would I improve? First, I would break up some of the tiles so that they look like they've been smashed, and you could take a couple of the pieces and push them out and keep them painted so it looks like there's been some destruction, because it feels a little artificial with these straight lines. What was going on here, and why did it stop here? And one way to solve that might be is to put this on a platform that is an extension of this, okay, and then it looks like it's part of it. If I did that, however, I would go with bigger tiles, and I wouldn't checkerboard them because this looks kind of like a formal floor, and you're not going to put barrels on a formal floor. You're going to put it on an industrial slab or something like that. But that'd be a way to tie them in together. And we're going to run out before that buzzes on me. And before I wrap it up, I did just want to address the plants, because he had asked me about how he's working on them. And let's use this shot right here. So he's got some aquarium plants. He's made some plants using bristles from a brush, and he's got some static grass, obviously, scattered about. Wait a minute. I just want to see the top of that wall real quick. Okay. Oh, I like that. This looks different. This is a darker green, like a moss. I see. Okay. Okay. I like this color. I like that color a lot. I like this on the top of the wall. I like that a lot. I find aquarium plants are challenging, and when I made some jungle pieces a ways back, I used a bunch of them to create some density. And here's the other thing. If you want to keep it as an individual, it took a lot of time to make those jungle pieces. Oh, I took a bath on those pieces for sure. But get more of these, take off some of these pieces, right? So I'm going to clip a piece from another section right here, and then I'm going to glue it into the center. And I'm going to take another one, I'm going to glue it into the center. And then maybe in the very center of a secondary ring I've made, right? Then I'm going to take these little top pieces, I'm going to clip those off, and I'm going to glue them in the middle. And it's going to form a rosette. And that's going to really make it look a lot more natural. And so that's a huge way to improve it that doesn't take a lot of effort. No, it takes more effort. But it's an effective way to make aquarium plants really feel much more natural. Also, you can see here there's a little sheen on them, a little glare, because they are often glossy. Hit them with a dull coat. That's the best thing to do right off the bat to get rid of that plastic look. Then you could take smaller bits. Okay, so I'm going to clip off 3 more of these, and I'm going to put them right here against the barrel, and it's like a little plant growing that's like this plant. I always say, plants get lonely. This plant's lonely. It needs some friends. So put a couple smaller ones nearby, like it's, been populating from this plant. Seeds are falling and it's growing like that. So I'm going to stop there, but those are some quick aquarium plant tips that can be applied to any terrain piece. And I'm really glad that he asked me to address the plants. So put an extra minute or 2 in it for a bonus. I don't know what you want to call it. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully you are seeing this on the last week of October, maybe, and hopefully it's a congratulatory. It's a congratulatory moment for myself, because I made 2 videos every week for the week of October, plus a mini vid for my patrons on Wednesdays every week, And if I did that, kudos to me, but I can't tell you right now whether it's going to continue because I shot this earlier than the end of the month, and I have no idea what it's like then. So stay tuned to the channel because some video will happen shortly thereafter where I reflect on this and see whether I can continue it or not. And if you want to leave questions or comments down below, of course, always welcome. And if you want to make a small pledge at Patreon, that's a huge help. I don't have any idea of how my quest for a pressure casting system is going at the time of this shooting, and I can't really make a prediction. So if you want to help me get there, especially if I'm close, if I'm really, really close, but if I'm not close, then it's still, it's huge. And stay tuned to the channel because I will be back soon with something which will be another Terranscapes video.